Facebook and live here in this ancient secret Zoom room, and just so excited about the possibilities today to discover what if there's one secret, one ancient secret, one principle, one wisdom, one story that impacts your mind and heart in such a way that it can change your life forever. We're going to talk about how has your life changed over the last year. We have special co-host Judy LaMar. Judy, can you unmute yourself and say hi? Oh, let's see. Maybe I have to invite you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is that it?
Yes.
Good morning. Thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. So Judy is our role model. She's I don't know who's the famous actress, Jayna, that is someone that like I don't know. She's our Angelina Jolie. She's
No.
in India, they say, Dr. Ram would say, who's the famous actress in India? There's some really, really famous actresses. Anyway, you're our star, Judy, and you're our inspiration, and you're our guide on this call because how you've done what you've done, 80 years young. Dr. Ram would make it clear that you're 80 years young with many years to go. Just was your birthday. You talk about entering in. Oh yeah, there you go, Judy. Hold that up again. Yeah, there we go. Nice. You're in. I love it how when your birthday came, what did you describe that you realized as you're turning 80? How did you describe yourself and what was happening?
Well, the word that came to me was that I was having a renaissance. I was amazing. A year ago, I was so much older. I really was. And as I turned 80, the word came to me, I'm having a renaissance. Everything was 100%, 80% better.
Good, I like that. 80% better in 1 year is awesome. So in the chat, I want everyone, Judy contacted me this week. She actually sent the original video of the Global Healing Miracle Experiment. That was the last week of April 1 year ago. And she was just recognizing, wow, what a change since then. Individually, what a change. As a community, what a change. And so in the chat, I want you to put, how have you grown over the last year? What changes have you noticed for yourself individually, for the community? Even if you see change in someone else, what change have you noticed in them? And Judy, I want you to tell more about your change. I know many people have heard the story, but many people haven't heard it. And it's so significant in terms of what's possible. And also Jayna, I just want to say Jayna's also co-hosting today. Jayna, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. It's so good to see all of you. I love to see your faces.
Now, Jayna, you're joining from Georgia. And Judy, you're joining from?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. It's so cool. So also in the chat, it's fun if you put where you're joining from today. We have some special guests. I just want to give a little sneak peek because I'm so excited. I see them on. Rabbi Stephen and Eva Robbins. Yes. So beautiful. Wow. What a beautiful, powerful screen. So we're going to come to you in a little bit, but Rabbi Robbins, welcome. I want to say Rabbi Robbins plural because it's just easier. So we'll come to you in just a bit, Rabbi Robbins. But first of all, I want to go to Judy. Judy, what change have you noticed in this year? What changes have you noticed?
Well, a year ago,
how have you grown?
As I said to Clint, I was on the verge of being an LOL, little old lady. I was walking slowly, had shortness of breath. I had had a few falls. So I was using a cane for steadiness, and I was overweight. And then I had a lot of digestive symptoms come up in February. And that's when I found Dr. Naram on YouTube. Of course, then I found Clint, and then the book, and then the calls. And then on June 15th, which is really my anniversary, which is when I started the mung bean soup. So it's just mind blowing. 40 pounds lost. I speed walk, 2 miles, piece of cake, no cake, speed walk with no cane, of course. And so that's about 50% more energy. And the digestive issues are 80% gone. And so after the 100-day course, the word came to me that I had regained a sense of youthfulness. meaning I have enthusiasm to learn new things. The future looks bright. I feel optimistic. And I mean, it's really pretty and fantastic. So I'm thrilled. And it's so exciting because when I held the book up in another class, young gal saw it. She bought the book. She contacted me. And so that's the Contagious Healing. And I've been, kind of walking her through. She's had her consult already. So that's exciting. So that's my story.
So powerful. It's totally Contagious Healing. And Judy, at age 80 years young, she joined the 100-day course, did so much, is now helping people. But, in the last week's call, I remember both Katie, you remember Katie, and also Shilpi were talking about how creativity came back. It's not just about having health, but what do you do with your health? And I just want to show everyone, this is something that Judy sent to me in the mail. She designed this bag, and it was just at the right time. My other bag that I had was just falling apart that I carry around. So now I got this awesome bag, says, I love moving soup. And it has the quote here. She sent this amazing card that's so awesome. It just says, when you change your food, you change your future. And just this beautiful writing. And the other thing is, with Sarabjit and so many others in this whole art group, they've taken the whole thing, and I want to share this on the chat because it's so fun. They've taken it and they've made it so when you can actually get this really cool stuff, and when you do, it actually helps raise money for the orphan kids in Nepal, which is the coolest. Let me see if I have it. Oh yeah, here I have it. I'm just gonna put the link in here, and then we'll show it a little bit later if you want. But it's so fun, Judy. So I want to hear from you, Judy. What is this next year possibility for you? What does the next year look like?
I'm excited. Learn more. I'm starting to have the impulse to create, to paint. I had stopped painting a while back. I had broken a couple, I had falls, I broke a couple shoulders. And so I had stopped painting, but all of a sudden I'm starting to get the deep impulse to get back on the canvas. So that's exciting. But I love doing with Sarah Jet, I love doing the artwork for the orphanage. And I want to continue because I have ideas, So, and that was exciting because I learned how to put printing on a picture, which I had never known how to do. And it seemed so impossible. So that was also a thrill.
Yeah, here's some. So you go to ancientsecretsfoundation.org /shop, and you can see such cool designs that Judy and the other powerful team members made. Here's a great one from Mariam. And there's pictures you can put on your wall, mugs, t-shirts, bags. I don't know. I get so excited about seeing it. It makes me so happy. And maybe someone on this call, you're a creative, and your creativity has been squashed for a long time in the midst of fear or pain or whatever. What if you can get your creativity back and join, and really making a difference not only in your life but in the world? So it's so fun. I'm reading some of the comments from other people. Denny and Jill. Denny says Jill has more confidence. She believes in her intuition more, and she's happier and filled with more joy. Now, Jill says Denny is even more open, even more bathing in love and enjoying life. That's hard to imagine even more, but I see it, and I enjoy that as well. I see Rajani. She says more confident, more calm, more intuitive, more awareness of life. Padrag said, Judy's voice is much younger than a typical 80-year-old voice. And oh yeah, beautiful. As asking a question about it. I have a friend with COVID. I recommended mung beans, the soup and the tea, the remedy on page 293. Is there any other remedies? Yeah, there is. And we can put the link where they can even book a consultation and personalize the care for your friend. Jill says, you're amazing, Judy. Luke says, very beautiful. Love you, Judy. Love you lots. Sheila says, very creative design. So cool. Oh, here, Rajani, she thought of she says, you're like Aishwarya Rai. That's the famous Indian actress.
Ooh, I'll take it. Thank you.
Catherine says, oh, we still need to put this bag in the foundation shop. That's true. We actually do. We still have to put this in the foundation shop. I have to work on it. I got this one in the mail the other day. Sarabjit sent it to me as a surprise. Aditi Devo Baba, Dr. Ancient Secrets
Yeah.
Foundation. I love seeing this. It makes me so happy. Well, I want everyone to be thinking about that. And Judy and me and Jayna, we're going to go on a discussion, a journey with you today about how is your life? How have you grown over the last year? In what ways have you grown? In what ways have you seen other people grown? In what ways have we grown as a community? And Dr. Ram's birthday is coming up in 2 days on May 4th, Miracle May, celebration of life. So in honor of Dr. Ram, really celebrating our lives and life and the life of this beautiful man, this master healer, that even if we met him or not, he's changed all of the lives of the people on this call. Now, if your first time is on this call right now, welcome. We got so many surprises for you. Just buckle your seatbelt. We like to start from dropping from our head to our hearts. We have 7-time Emmy Award winning composer, producer, Gary Malkin, who has a real special surprise to share with us. And to start with, we want to thank you. Last week, we shared about how his mom went to Bend to smell some flowers, fell, broke her hip and her ribs, and was in so much pain. And you guys have been so generous. She realized that her insurance didn't cover it. And she says, I don't even think I want to live anymore. She was ready to go. And she said that actually because of you and because everyone joined, she decided, okay, I want to stay here. So you've already donated something like more than $2,600 in such a beautiful way in the GoFundMe. And that amount of love, I was realizing, how can we always do this for each other inside of this community? And because of your love for Gary's mom, I've been brainstorming, how can we create a fund, a scholarship fund, or a fund so that way anyone who needs herbs, even if they can't afford it, can get access to it. And I have this in my heart, and I'm going to contact some wealthy people I know and just see if we can start this fund so that everyone can have access to health, to vibrant health, unlimited energy, and peace of mind. That's something that's very much in my heart. And if you're interested in working with me on this, we can talk more about it. But let's turn it over to Gary Malkin. He has a real special surprise for us today, and I'm excited to hear it myself. Gary. Oh, you have to unmute.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Hi, everybody. Well, I have a special surprise. I've been talking about this in little drips and teases for a number of months, and I'm happy to say that that I've been working for the last basically month on setting the first of about 5 messages from Dr. Naram that we recorded before Dr. Naram's death 2 years ago in Mumbai in a recording studio. And when Clint and I were talking this last week, I told him, I played it for him for the very first time. And you guys, when I heard this when I started working with this, I literally was moved to tears. And I just said, Clint, you just got to hear this. And the idea of being able to listen to Dr. Naram speak to us as if he's our father speaking in our ear before we go to bed, he says, my wonderful child. So I'm going to play this. But what came out of this wonderful moment of unveiling the first of a number of recordings that I'm going to be setting to music was this idea like, hey, what if I have a lot of tracks that I've created with spoken word and music with famous people, and some of them never have been released. Marianne Williamson, Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, Deepak Chopra, all these things that were extended versions. So he and I, in the course of an hour, came up with this plan. And I don't know if you can see it. It's too big, probably. Clint, can you do it? Can you share the visual?
Yeah, let me share from my side.
Yeah.
And I just put in the chat too. A lot of people were asking, so I just put the GoFundMe link for your mom. But here, I'll just share on my screen right now so you can see this. It's so beautiful. And big thanks to Heidi. She designed this in like 2 days.
Well, less. I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah.
It seemed like within hours, you just put in this request and suddenly, bam, presto, we got a design. This community is so unbelievable. I mean, how's this,
And how fun the title of it is, I love you and I'm with you. Musical experiences to open the heart for healing. Previously unreleased tracks from Reverend Michael Beckwith, an unreleased track from a couple other people, Marianne Williamson, Deepak Chopra, Ram Dass, Brother David Stein-Rast, Sarah McCrum, Lou Epstein, and the very first track is Dr. Pankaj Naram with also some very beautiful tracks from Gary Malkin. I'm so excited. This is one of the coolest compilations I have ever seen. And when you listen to this, it's just gonna drop you. Anytime you need to drop from your head to your heart, you just put this on and man, it is awesome. And so it'll be available starting on May 4th, Dr. Naram's birthday is when we're actually gonna release it, but we're just giving you like a little sneak preview and you're gonna hear a little section of the track from Dr. Naram. And
what we're doing is 50% of the proceeds are going to go to Dr. Naram's, the Nepalese orphanage the foundation, to be able to support the foundation, to support the orphanage. So I really, we're excited about this. It's like it came together very quickly. And so I want to, many of you have known, if you've been on the call for a while, that I've focused my life on changing the way we listen to words by using music as a tool to regather our hearts and souls in our listening, right? So that we don't just listen with our ears and our minds, but we also listen with our bodies, hearts, and souls. So in this moment, I'm going to invite us all to, if you could, to take the invitation. This is not one of those things that you should do while operating a car or heavy machinery, but I really want to encourage you to stop the chatting, just for you to allow this sacred moment to let yourself receive. And I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's 14 minutes long, but I'm going to fade it out slowly at a certain point. And I apologize for that because he brings you into what they call the deep alpha state. And you're going to have to
we will play the whole thing on May 4th on Dr. Naram's birthday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Gary will release the entire track. And you're going to want to hear it. It's so fun, but we wanted to give you a little piece of it today.
So I'm going to play this now, and I want to invite you again, if you're driving, please do not close your eyes. Try not to listen to this while you're operating any kind of machinery because it goes very deep.
And Gary, are you going to keep your video on or are you going to take your video off?
Here we go. There we go. You're looking at this, not my stuff anymore, right?
We just have you shared your sound, but we can still see you. So you want me to? I can't share a picture of Dr. Naram while you're playing it, but
well, why don't you put the artwork up? And
it doesn't allow me to share and you share is the only thing. So
oh really? That's funny. I'm doing share computer sound only. All right. Yeah. Well,
you can just make it so your video is off. So you just take video off for a little bit. We can all close our eyes. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Great. All right. So I want to encourage everybody to get everything off their lap, really just start to nice, natural breathing. And this is the unveiling, the very first unveiling of the first of a number of tracks that we will be setting to Dr. Naram's words to music. So keep your tissues handy because some of you might be moved to cry because it's so beautiful to hear our beloved Dr. Naram talk to us. Okay, here we go. Deep breath.
Namaskar. Now I want you to allow yourself to reprogram your wonderful subconscious mind. Believe it or not, my master, who lived up to 125, said, you have all the right to become successful. You have a right to become a winner. You have a right to face your fear and also your ego. And that can only happen when you are coming from your own authenticity and your own being. And my master said that every day morning, if you speak these words in this way, the way I am sharing with you, you become unstoppable. Everything becomes a new dimension. You become a magnetic personality. Success, happiness, joy, relationship, everything will come to you as if you are a magnet. Allow yourself to become that magnet. My wonderful child, you are having powerful, magnetic, dynamic, loving, healing, and happy personality. Your memory is improving. Your energy is improving. Your relationship with your body, mind, and emotions are improving dramatically. You are loving yourself because you are wonderful. You are loving yourself. You are liking yourself. Your self-esteem is becoming better. Your self-image is transforming into a magnetic personality. You are becoming unstoppable. You are able to achieve whatever you want in your life. The power is within you. You are able to touch, move, and inspire. Your power is touching hundreds of people, thousands of people, millions of people. You are able to achieve whatever you want from now because you have got powerful, positive, magnetic, dynamic, loving, healing, and happy personality. Your relationship with your family is improving. Your relationship in your work is improving. Your relationship with your customer, relationship with the people around you is dramatically improving. Your choices are becoming clearer. Your mind is powerful. Your brain is working in a creative way. And from today, any problems are turning into special opportunities. There are no problems. There are only challenges. You have a power to face them. You have a power to solve them. And then they are turning into opportunities. Buses of opportunities are now coming in your life. The only challenge will be which opportunity to take. there are three things: conscious mind, subconscious mind, and superconscious. Superconscious, you may call it Allah, Khuda, you may call it Vaheguru, Buddha, Christ, Krishna, you may call it Shiva. Whatever name you want to give. That superconscious mind is with you. And that superconscious mind is going to guide you how to become a winner in every situation. Things are improving. Your energy is coming from within. The power is coming from within, which in ancient secrets is known as Shakti. Now you are becoming a powerful Shakti. Shakti which has no problems, only solutions. Shakti which has only feedback, there is no failure. Shakti which can turn any challenge into possibility. You are a person of possibility. Everything is possible in your life. From today.
As many of you have heard me say, the ending of the music is the most sacred moment of integration. And so you have just heard for the first time the practice of what I call alchemical wisdom, of using music to deepen our capacity to listen to the wisdom emotionally, spiritually, intellectually of the words that Dr. Naram just said. And all of the tracks, except for maybe the Do You Remember Who You Are, is on the new compilation that we've created that will benefit the orphanage in a lot of ways. So can't wait for us to share the whole thing, and the whole resource will be available on the Ancient Secrets website as a zip file for you to purchase. And I'm just so grateful, Clint, that we went into the studio in Mumbai to record these messages with Dr. Naram. Looking back, it's so unbelievably providence driven that we had the opportunity to be with him and share his beautiful words. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm sorry I had to cut it off, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous opportunity to share, and blessings on the whole Ancient Secrets community for this new release. We have a new baby that we're celebrating.
Thinking about how we've grown in the last year, with this kind of wisdom, insight, support, love. The opening quote in the book says, "I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you." And when I hear Dr. Naram speak those words, I realize how deeply it anchored into me, and how what he spoke before 10 years ago was just a possibility, but now in so many ways it's a reality. So what is a possibility in your life right now, even from his words, that in 1 year can be a reality? Judy, my awesome 80-year young co-host today, what is your reaction as you listen to that track? The first part of it, the full thing is 14 minutes. We didn't play all of it today. We'll play all of it on Tuesday, but what's happening inside of you, Judy?
Well, it's magnificent, magnificent. And Gary, the music is beautiful, just beautiful behind it, just so integral to it. Oh, it's so inspiring. I just love it. It's a growth hormone.
I have to say, I have to share what I hope Vinay doesn't mind, because he sent it privately, but he said, Vinay said, "Thank you so much for playing this music. I can't stop my tears and my goosebumps are on." Vinay, I hope you don't mind me sharing, but it was so, of any of the people to be able to hear this you who have devoted your life to supporting Dr. Naram. It's just so beautiful to hear that it touched you so, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
Another
thrilling.
Another person who made a comment, Esther Francis, you can just share, and then Jayna, I want you to share as well.
Oh, I just was so moved. Dr. Naram, Dr. Clint, Gary, just hearing the voice immediately was like being put into a river of transformative bliss. It just, if I were a flower, the Walt Disney slow-mo would have just gone and into this reception of the most magnificent energy. And the tears are welling, not flowing out, but kind of like a very soft, profound inner waterfall, just reaching the deepest cellular photonic level. And I just thank you so much to know that this is going to reach so many people and have the power of transfiguration and transformation so profoundly and rapidly.
Yeah.
That is a miracle.
Yeah.
And
I see.
wow.
Yeah, I love your enthusiasm, Esther. And I see Anne says, if I listened to that every morning when I woke up, I would be a superwoman. But what I want to say is, Dr. He would recognize you already are a superwoman, and you already are. Just remembering that thing. And ancient secrets are all about pointing you back to that thing inside of you that you are already. It's just remembering that, and maybe letting go of some other things. Oh man, it's so fun. I see Dick Dalton.
Hey, Clint, I wanted to say I tried to capture Esther's words. So amazing. So I just distilled it. Our first testimonial. So you guys can offer testimonials for marketing this thing. A soft, profound waterfall, a deeply photonic experience offering such a profound transformation. I tried to capture it, Esther. Your words were too extraordinary to believe. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dick. Oh my goodness, brother. So good to see you here.
Well, it's our anniversary. Hey, great. A whole year we've been doing this.
Yeah. What ways have you grown in the last year? What ways would you say you've grown in the last year, or that we've grown as a community? And
well, I don't like to put labels on how I've grown. I know what I've done, and I've been in 5 productions since we started this, and I got a book club going like yours with Ronnie, and that's new, and the radio show is going great, and we started with you a little over a year ago with that. Poetry's coming right and left. That's a new thing, not a new, but renewed thing. So life is good. Life is good. Thank you.
So beautiful. Tell us.
Good to see you, Anne.
Yeah, and the name of Dick's book is "You Are Not Your Thoughts," or "I Am Not My Thoughts." Give me the correct. Oh, there we go. I am not my thoughts. Thoughts rule your life until you get the revelation they are not you. Wow, what a cool book club through Ronnie and the.
Now we could say that those are Dr. Naram's eyes, but they really aren't.
Oh, beautiful. Dick, so good to have you join us. Makes me so happy. And congratulations on all the performances and all the creativity and all the flow. In a year in which a lot of people have been like a little bit paralyzed by fear, immobile in some ways. What I've seen in you and in so many other people is an expansion. Actually, just for fun, I just want to see, just go ahead and raise your hand if you were on that call 1 year ago, the first Global Healing Miracle call. Just raise your hand if you were on it. Just scroll through the pictures and see so many people. It's so beautiful. Now, I want you to go ahead and raise your hand, because talking about how have we grown, Gary just told me today that he started the Hmong detox, the whole process just about 7 days ago. Or I don't know, he lost already 7 pounds. So I just want to see in the last year, who feels like they lost weight, some weight, or gained weight if they wanted to, but got more towards their ideal weight. Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. Now, I also want to see who feels like they have less pain in their body than a year ago, less pain, like joint pain or any kind of pain. Amazing. This is so fun. I don't know if you can see when I'm scrolling through, but this is awesome. And then who feels like in general, you feel like Rajani said, you're more calm, confident, happy. You feel happier, you feel more calm, you feel more connected. Just go ahead and raise your hand. It's so fun. So beautiful to see that. It's so cool that in this year, this very powerful year, such a transformation can happen with one person is something to celebrate. And then the fact that we've done it all together, just purely out of love, like that is awesome. That is so worth celebrating. You know, and I've seen when anyone is in need, everyone comes together to help them, like with Gary's mom. And then also when Rabbi Stephen, who's featured in the book, actually my mom and I were listening now to the final tracks for the audiobook. We're supposed to announce it on Tuesday, but we're about to submit the audiobook, and we listened to the first 9 chapters, and we listened to a chapter with this amazing man named Rabbi Stephen Robbins, who shared his story with Dr. Naram. He joined that original miracle healing experiment call, you know, that whole series a year ago. And then life brings you so many things, and he's been through so many ups and downs. And I love how this whole community has come together to really pray and send love, you know, and really care. And everyone's asking, how is he doing? What is happening? And so I don't know, Rabbi Steve and Eva Robbins, you can unmute yourself, but just want to just presence you in this moment, the celebration of each day of life, each breath of life, and give you some time to share anything from your heart, any message of inspiration, love, healing. Also what it was like to listen to that track from Dr. Naram and think about, you know, the journey, your journey with him and your journey since then. Let's see. Oh, I think I may have to click to allow you to unmute. Just let me see here real quick. Oh, there we go. Now you should be able to unmute yourself.
It's such a joy, blessing to be present again here for Eva and I. Last year on my birthday, May 7th, when I turned 76, I completely collapsed and had my 8th near-death experience. And since then, I have gone through a number of major collapses and 2 major surgeries to rebuild my spine completely. It's why I'm wearing this big medieval looking breastplate. And for the first time, I have regained about 3 inches in height, and I'm standing and walking the way I used to. It's going to take another 4 or 5 months to begin to all come together. But for the first time, the pain in my back is mostly gone. However, the pain from the shingles infection 16 years ago is still there and will never go away. But so that was my 13th major surgery in my life, several of which I did without anesthetic. But the point I wanted to make to Gary is that the music and his voice took me back to the times when I went to Mumbai, to Ayush Shakti and to the center. And I was on the Panchakarma table several hours a day. And at some point when I was deeply under with the Kabbalistic meditation that I was doing to help cleanse from inside as the oils and the herbs were drawing it out, Naram would come and sit at my head and put his hand on my head and on my abdomen and back, and he would speak to me blessings, both in English and in Hindi. And your music took me back to those experiences, which were so profound that, as you know, Clint, there is, because it's always there. And you saw it, that brief time when we met in that motel room in I forgot where it was, Laguna, to
Redondo Beach,
to introduce me to the book. And when I entered and he took my hand and said, "Soul brother." And that's what we've been ever since then. So that the last time I was there in 2010, and I spent an evening with Naram and Smita and their son, and he took out the ancient manuscripts. And when I opened them, the blessings flowed out, and the four of us went into a transcendent state of healing together. And those books are always with me, as is the Torah and other writings from other places in the Vedas that are words that transcend language and are the heartbeat into experience. So that language is the limitation of being able to voice what music does to us. It takes all the dimensions of our being and lifts it and unifies it so that we no longer have to try and voice it, but we live in the unified moment of its being. And that's what this wonderful woman next to me has done for me with her chanting and her blessings.
You just described exactly why music has this role to play to integrate us into the unified field. Thank you. I just wanted to say how beautiful you just expressed that, Rabbi.
There are two blessings for healing, which we're talking about setting to music. One is the blessing that you do before treatment, and it's in English. May it be your desire, then the four letters of God's name, Yud He Vav He Elohai, my source of presence in this world, that this which is done for me shall be for the sake of my complete healing. And the word for healing, Rapha, means to bind together that which has been torn apart. And the word for complete comes from the word shalom, which means synergy, to bring together. Then it says, because healing comes from you as a freely given gift. It is always there. It is we who do not open ourselves to it. And in this blessing, we say before treatment, it is the acknowledgement that the binding, the healing, the wholeness is a freely given gift. And it ends with the phrase, blessed is the one who heals the sick. And in Hebrew, if you'll just close your eyes, Yehi Ratzon milfanecha, Yaha Waha Elohai, Sheyehe Esek Zeli, Lirfuah Shalema, Ki Rofeh Chinam Ata, Baruch Rofeh Cholim. And the other is the blessing which all Jews say, called the Shema. And it is the acknowledgement that we are all one. And it is translated freely, hear, O Lord, hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. And people say, well, that means there's one God. What it really means is that God is the presence of oneness, that all of us are part of the oneness, and each of us is a unique expression of the one. And it is breathed in a cadence in which instead of the word Israel, you insert your name. And it sounds like this. Gotta get there. And in this we return breath back to the one who gave it to us. As the doctor breathed into me at birth to bring me to life, and my first kiss with my wife that brought me that breath of life. And those of us who breathe in and out of each other to sustain us, as the blessings that you sent me through all of these surgeries that I went through. It is when we share the breath of life together, and instead of taking a breath, we receive it. Because if you take it, it means you're struggling. But when you receive it, you receive not only the breath, but the one who breathed into you. And that's the source of the love that sustains us constantly. It is the receiving of the breath. And it is what Eva has done for me in our 48 years together. So I know you have something to say and share.
Yeah, can I share something real quick? First of all, thank you so much. Wow, nothing more essential than breath and the words you spoke, and how, we have way more in common than we have separate. And all of us breathe, all of us need air. And one thing that this last year has done, which has brought all of us kind of on a level, like a playing field, where we know there's probably never been anything in the history of planet Earth like this, where people have been united in something, and the opportunity there to transmute beyond the fear into the possibility of, the gift of life. And I've never seen, talking about the oneness, I've never seen a community like this one that we have here, where people just love each other so much. Even when I was in New Jersey, and Elishiva was hosting the clinic there, and she did that beautiful Hebrew prayer of healing for you. Just before we had been in New York at the clinic of Dr. Steve. I think he's on the call. Before that, we were in Atlanta. We presented for the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, and presented for the A.D. King Foundation at Black People United. We were at this beautiful sanctuary before we had in Texas, and we got invited by Eric to this beautiful Mexican restaurant where he wanted the mayor of the town and a mariachi band to come. And then before that, we were in Dallas and Houston at the home of this beautiful Indian family, and had this beautiful Indian meal. And as we're going through all the colors of all the cultures, and just feeling like the unitedness in the principle of love and healing and celebration of life, I got so moved by it. One thing I was just reading in the book is that section where Dr. Naram, he talks about how, certain things are beyond culture. Certain things are beyond, whatever holds us back. And those things that unite us, it's the pure essence of life, And as you're doing that exercise, Rabbi Robbins, and the breathing and speaking, it just makes me feel that. Actually, also, one thing that reminds me, you were celebrating 1 year ago, that original call. I want to come to you, Eva, in just a minute.
My birthday is the 7th of May. So
Yeah.
I will have gone through the cycle of a complete year from death to rebirth back into this world again, better than I was before.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I saw someone else say their birthday is also on May 7th. And what a cycle that we're celebrating, that you could come, because I've asked you to come on so many calls, and how beautiful it lined up for today. How divinely complete in the whole essence of it. And Eva, I want you to share in a moment, real quick, just to give an example of the beauty of how we're all one. 1 year ago on that call, there was a woman on the call from the Netherlands by the name of Jenny. And Jenny heard that call. And Jenny, do you want to describe what happened in your heart and what happened as a result of that call?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Yeah, that was an amazing moment, actually, because I felt in my heart that I wanted to help with translating your book and all the knowledge that Dr. Naram shared with you during the 10 years you were with him. And I felt this really deep, and within 1 week, there were so many people joining the team to help translate the book in many languages. And since then, I've helped with building this book in more languages and the book cover. And now I am also busy with translating it into my own language, which is so impactful, because what I discover, what I experience is when, I read a lot of English books, and now I'm translating the book into Dutch. It somehow touches me on a different level, more deeply. So every day I'm trying to translate one chapter or proofread one chapter, and every day I have tears. So yeah, it's a wonderful process. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's beautiful because, we're talking about how we've grown in the last year. And
Yeah.
I love Rabbi Robbins. He shared the definition of a miracle, on some of our calls in the past. And I hope you share that again. But the main thing is, it's not, I had this insight on my birthday that we're not growing this movement of whatever it is, we're not growing it, but it's growing us, And when I hear the translators who translated into Italian, in Portuguese, in German, I know you're working on Romanian right now, French is complete, Japanese is close, Russian is close. We have the people here who have translated into Farsi, Spanish, Gujarati, Hindi is almost ready to go. All these languages. And then I just heard 2 days ago or 3 days ago, someone says, oh, I'm completed with translated into Odia. I was like, well, I never even heard of that language. But Carol looked it up and said, well, that's 33 million more people that will have access to these ancient secrets. And the cool thing is that the people who are serving in this way, that growth is so deep because the words go on such a deep level. Like those words of Rabbi Robbins talked about Dr. Ram's hand on his back and speaking the words of life, the words of hope and the words of healing. And as you translate it, it goes through you in such a way that it changes something alchemically in you. And I love that you are doing this, Jenny, with love from the beginning. It's amazing.
Yeah, I really love to do it. And I also love to have contact with all these people, as I had weeks that I every day was in contact in a Zoom call with someone from the other side of the world. So that was also, it's quite amazing. I love the technique that it makes this possible, that we can connect in this way. So it's great. Yes. And I also have a new idea. I have a lot of ideas always, but I was thinking about, I see all those recipes from the mung beans, and maybe it would be a great idea to make a special cookbook.
Really great
With
idea.
all mung bean recipes. So if people have recipes and photos, maybe they can share, send it to me, and then I can make a cookbook out of it for the foundation.
I love your beautiful idea. I just asked Carol if she could share her video and unmute herself. I don't know if she'll be able to or not, but she's done exactly this. But we need someone to help format it. We need someone to help put it together. And what amazing timing. That's amazing.
Oh, that is great. Yes.
Thank you so much.
You.
Thank you. Carol, you want to share anything about the cookbook concept?
It's got about 67 pages or so in it, and it's been a labor of love that people have sent in their things, and we've also tried incorporate lifestyle and doshas, tri-dosha recipes and things that are specifically for kapha. So it just needs some getting it over the finish line, and I think it's going to be a great tool for people to have more ideas and variety in their diets with these beautiful recipes that people have shared.
Oh, that is great. So if I can help in that, I would love to make a cookbook out of it.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, Jenny. And thank you so much, Carol. I'm just touched by love. People, what if love is the thing guiding you and inspiring you? and then what's possible together as a community. Eva, I know you have a special message and a song regarding this, but I just want you to share anything in your heart.
I was very moved and inspired by Judy. So I would like to read something before I sing a song about love. Very embedded in our tradition is this understanding of age and wisdom and great respect, right, for those who are becoming sages. In Psalm 92, it says, "The righteous will flower like date palms, and they will grow tall like cedars in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they will flower in the courtyards of our God." And this next sentence is something I discovered in my 50s, and it's been a guiding light for me. They will still bear fruit in old age, remaining vigorous and fresh. That, to me, is the essence of what Judy is expressing and living. And this is the foundation of our tradition, that they will still bear fruit in old age, remaining vigorous and fresh. And I can't think of anything more validating, Judy, than how you have become a flower. You have flourished, and it is such an inspiration for so many people. And I just wanted to share that piece in our tradition, that we read it. Actually, it's from what we call the Shabbat Psalm, Psalm 92. But I needed to share that, Clint, because
Thank you so much. I am so moved. And I will definitely print that up and put it in the frame. Thank you so much, dear. That's just thrilling.
Well, it is a great reminder to all of us. And Gary, maybe that will inspire another little piece of music. And you're a hard act to follow. But there is this beautiful phrase in Hebrew, Olam Chesed Yibaneh, that the universe, the world will be built through love. And I just wanted to share this song because it's such an important reminder to all of us that through compassion and kindness and love, that the world is built, that the world sustains itself. And I have to say that not that politics is important, but it is really inspiring to me to see justice in the world when we needed it, and to see everybody pull together to really voice that unity, the universal kind of love that we must display to all people, no matter what religion, what color, what sex. Olam chesed yibaneh, la 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 la. Olam chesed yibaneh, la 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 la. And I will build this world from love. Yada da yada da. And I will build this world from love. La da 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 da. And you must build this world from love. La 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 la. And if we build this world from love, la 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 and God will build this world from love. La la la, la 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 la. And everyone will build this world from love. La la la, la 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 la. Olam chesed yibaneh. La 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 la. Olam chesed yibaneh. La 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 yada da da. Together. La 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 la. Yada da yada yada da da. And we will build this world from love. Yada da da yada da da. And you and I will build this world with love. Yada da yada yada da da. And God will build this world from love. Yada da yada yada da da. Olam chesed yibaneh. La 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 yada da da. And this world will build its love through everyone in their hearts. I'd just like to send a blessing to everybody. It is a blessing that comes from Torah, that in every religion we pray that God's face shines upon everybody, because everyone in this world is in need of healing and blessing and sacredness. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yaseh lecha shalom.
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I have loved every word that you both have said. I feel like somebody has turned an electric blanket on in my heart. It's just so warm. I just feel this love being drawn like a magnet into my heart. It's just beautiful. I really loved what you said, Rabbi Robbins, about that I don't remember the exact words, but the feeling is always there, but we are the ones that block it. And it just, as I listened to Dr. Naram's words through Gary's music today, and we're talking about this transformation, I just thought, who in our community could not listen to that and not feel a transformation? I mean, the transformation is so beautiful in his words and delivered through Gary's music. And when I heard you say that about that we are the ones that block it, I just thought, what a beautiful vehicle to help us unlock that block. But the music that you guys have demonstrated and the words that you have given, I just feel like this openness. It's so beautiful. I love it when you are on these calls.
We will be on.
And I'm so glad that your help is so much better. I've sent so many prayers your way. It's truly appreciable. I love this thought of transformation when we were thinking about, when I was thinking about how I have changed, and I saw Chris Bishop's message too, about he's changed physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, and I had too. And I loved what he said. Chris said he doesn't fear the future anymore, you know, and that right there is so huge, to let go of the fear. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has just been so incredible. I love what you said about Judy. Judy, you are an inspiration to me, and this is the reason why. One of the reasons why I grab a hold of these ancient secrets is, you know, because I had two grandmothers that lived to a very old age, and I know very well I'm going to live to a very old age, and I want to do what Rabbi Robbins read in Psalms. I want to bear fruit at an old age and remain in vigorous health. And you definitely are an example of that, Judy. You really are. So that's my intention.
So thank you. Well, so many blessings. But isn't that what we pray for, to be fruitful till the end? Till the end. And I love our services we have with you. It's really wonderful. I'm so moved. I'm not a good speaking. I'm not good at talking when I move, but all blessings. Great to see you looking well. My goodness.
And talking
Keep it up. We love you. Thank you.
You're so good at speaking, Judy. I remember the first time you came on Zoom, you were so nervous. You're like, I never do this. And now it's just so fun to have you shine in this way. It is really powerful.
Thank you, sweetheart. What was funny is when I saw our first call, I looked for myself on the Zoom, but of course it just said Judy and there was a blank picture because there was no way I was going to be on video, right? So here we are.
Yeah, talking to
I think that's growth. It's growth. But you know, one of the greatest blessings is being connected around the world with all the different cultures and the religions. I love that so much. You know, we couldn't travel, and who knows when we'll be able to travel again, but we are traveling because we're connecting all around the world. It's so powerful and in an intimate way. We have the universal connection. It's really great. All blessings. And boy, am I going to write that Psalm 92 up, kiddo. Decorate it, put it on the wall. Thank you so much. It was so exquisite. Yeah, wonderful.
So powerful. So Rabbi and Stephen Robbins, you also do other things. Is there any way people can be in touch with you? Maybe you can put in the chat some way in which, because I know you do regularly Zoom calls, people can join. And, you know, Jayna and Judy were talking about the power of music and helping remove blocks. You know, Gary, also there's other tools too. You know, in the ancient secrets, there's so many powerful tools, but one of the tools is laughter. It falls under lifestyle. So we have a couple of special guests coming up. One is Barry Shore. Barry Shore, the ambassador of joy. We also have Yogi, who's a laughing yogi, and we have some other special guests to share about their story. But I just want to make sure we get Rabbi Robbins, your contact details. You can put that in the chat. Okay, and I'll make sure everyone sees that. I love you, and I'm with you. Thank you so much for joining us. So much.
The love is returned to you, Clint, for being the bridge for Dr. Naram's presence to remain here in this world and to lift us above to the next without fear, but with joy, because it is the fear that holds us. But as I've traveled there and back now 8 times, I can tell you that those of us who have had death experiences and return know that we live without fear because there is nothing that can be done to us.
That is so powerful and so profound. You know, Dr. Ram says the biggest obstacles any of us have is fear and ego. You know, so what if when you get beyond that fear, even the fear of death, he said there's 8 major fears. One is fear of rejection. One is fear of your own death. One is the fear of a death of a loved one. But when you realize there's nothing to fear, even in death, what's possible in living now? And you are such an amazing, like shining, like beaming, radiating example of that love and that anchoring in truth. And you're a true friend. You're a true friend to me. You're a true friend to Dr. Naram. Like on one of the last calls you came on, you know, the conversation you had with me, it just helped realign me. It was spoken with truth and honesty. And you're a true friend to humanity. And so
we would be glad to offer additional workshops on the things that we did if you want to arrange it for the Miracle Network and teach people how to do the kind of contacting and bonding that comes from this ancient tradition. So I'll leave it in your hands. Meanwhile, you have my contact information, and all of you who are there and all of you who are around, feel free to contact us, and we will be glad to respond individually and in a group.
Yeah. Now, Eva, I just tried to put that URL in my browser so I could show people, but it didn't work. Maybe you can just tell us what it is.
Yes, it has a typo. It's Expanded Spirit.
Oh, expanded. So
www.expandedspirit.org.
Okay, fantastic.
And then the email, the 2 emails, Neve Shalom, which is to me and Steve, and then I gave you his personal one. So we have multiple ways of being reached and contacted.
Great. So here's the website, expandedspirit.org, and you can discover more about some of the cool stuff. And let's organize something soon, Rabbi Robbins, where we can get more. Everyone wants more of you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for celebrating the gift of life with us. I love you, and I'm with you.
Thank you. Same back.
Actually, just before, because I don't know, but everyone you can put your hands together like this, rub your hands together and send Rabbi Stephen and Eva Robbins so much love. Yeah. We've done this many times where you're not on the call, and it's so fun now that you're on the call to be able to do this for you. So beautiful. Also, the way you love each other. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi, for Stephen, how you love Eva. And thank you, Eva, how you love Steve. It's so awesome. So inspiring. Well, I want to make sure we have some time for this next part, because what if even just, Dr. he talks about 6 secret keys of Siddha Veda. What if one of the lifestyle keys is simple, that even just laughing more can bring you more health? Like, who wouldn't want that medicine, right? So first of all, I want to go to Barry Shore, and then I want to go to Yogi. I want to say Yogi Ramesh. Actually, why don't I bring you both on just for a moment so people can see your beautiful faces? And I bring Barry on, and also Yogi. Do you say Yogi Ramesh or Yogi Pandi? I'm not sure the proper way, but look at this screen full of so much joy. Yogi Pandi, can you unmute? There we go. Wow. Do you, just out of curiosity, do you know each other? Have you met each other before?
Many times. Throughout the millennia.
Amazing. Well, I just want to say, what a joy, what a packed day today in terms of pure love and pure joy. Barry, I met with Dr. Naram at an event where he was getting ready to publish this book, The Joy of Living, how to slay stress and be happy, and constantly he was just making all of us happy. He walks in with this cane, so unassuming, and then all of a sudden this explosion of joy happens all over the room.
Right. So laughter is the best medicine, as you know. Here it's
It paused a little bit. Can anyone else hear Yogi Pandy, or did it pause on you as well? It paused on everyone? Yogi Pandy, I'm not sure why, but the screen froze and it paused. So we'll go to
The
Barry.
screen wants to capture that moment. So let me just articulate something.
That's your beautiful heart. You all have beautiful heart. And now breathe, love, and laugh. Laughter comes from the heart. Heart is the seat of soul. Kingdom of God is within you. So open your heart. So laughter is a nature cure medicine. It energizes your body and mind, creates the endorphin, dopamine, serotonin.
Oh, I think it's frozen.
Now say, happy, 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 I'm happy, happy, happy. Hey, come on, do everyone, come on. It's laughing time. Happy, 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 I'm happy, happy, happy. Happy, 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 happy. Shake hand to laugh. Namaste and laugh. Salute and laugh. Drink your coffee and laugh. You have to get rid of COVID-19, all the virus inside.
Fabulous, fabulous.
Fill your inside, like you keep your hands on your stomach and breathe out. This is your cleansing your body, detoxification of toxicity, COVID virus, all inside in your left brain block. So tell your left brain, Linda, boo, boo, gone. Michael, boo, 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 gone. Is human has divine power. As Dr. Clint is talking about.
Wow, there's so much joy. It's like freezing the technology.
Happy, boo, happy, boo, happy, boo. Laughter is contagious. Now, sleeping problem. Take your pill and laugh. Cell phone doctor. Good morning, Dr. Clint. You are great. Wonderful to see your show. Yeah. Driving car traffic jam. Laugh anywhere, anytime, 24/7. Energize your body and mind. Where to find Yogi on my iPhone? This is the nature cure medicine. Energizing your heart, energizing your body, and get rid of the COVID fear. Boo! Boo! How to look young. Lion laughter. We are our beautiful soul, and soul is love. So you have to love yourself. By loving, you can heal all the problems. It's the healing power of love and laughter. COVID is a fear in the mind. Can you catch fear, Mr. Fear? Where are you? I'm not there. Where are you? I'm not there. The left brain is blocked. Doctor comes to me and say, Yogi, make me laugh. I want to be happy. It's our birthright to be happy. It's birthright to enjoy the soul, science of universal light. So get up in the morning and first say it like this. Happy, 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 I'm happy, 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 hey, happy, 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 happy. Happy, happy. Today is my laughing day. Hey. Today is my laughing day. Dr. Roger, I am happy. Rabbi, I am happy. We are happy. Dr. Clint, Yogi happy. We are happy. Breathe more, ha ha ha. Love more, ha ha ha. Laugh more, ha ha ha. Ha! You want to find Yogi? Laughing Yogi. Go on Google, put Laughing Yogi. I am in the word, like Dr. Clint in the word. Healing people. We are serve human, serve God. We are servant of the Lord. By serving, you feel joy, you feel love, you feel blessing. That's what we need in the world. We all are one. what Dr. Clint is doing, awakening the whole.
Oh, it looks like it got paused again. Yogi, can you tell us one more time, how can people find you? They type in Laughing Yogi in Google, and who would like, you just put in the chat, if you want to have some kind of a fun session, maybe we all do together a laughter yoga session with Yogi Pandya. Just go ahead and put, I'm in, if you're interested in that. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Yogi Pandya, it kept freezing a little bit, but we have a lot of people. We want to do a longer session with you in the future. So we'll arrange that. I'll contact you and we'll find.
Thank you so much. That's all.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Thank you so much. Thank you for integrating your joy into our lives. And what a great introduction for Barry. Barry is so much also an example of living, regardless of the circumstances of life, how you can live with joy, how you can slay your stress and be happy. And Barry, can you share some of your wisdom insights about this as well?
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Now, wonderful Dr. Clint, how can I make the categorical statement that all 145 plus people on the call are all good-looking? Because by definition, if you tuned into this session, you're always looking for and finding the good. That's the definition of a good-looking person. Always looking for and finding the good. 3 things I need to accomplish in the next 8 minutes. One of them is we're going to do a group hug, and I'll tell you what hug stands for. Number 2 is I'm going to sing early birthday greetings to Rabbi Robbins and all people who have a birthday from now until the 7th. And number 3, to tell everybody how we can contribute to Dr. Clint's foundation and get a benefit at the same time. So you ready? Let's do a group hug. I'm going to tell you what hug stands for. Hug stands for harmonizing, unlimited giving. Harmonizing, unlimited giving. On the count of 3, wonderful, beautiful people. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Harmonizing, unlimited giving. Thank you. Now, number 2, wonderful Rabbi Robbins, birthday on May 7th. And all people have a birthday from today, the 2nd of May to the 7th. This goes out to you. Ready? Special gift, Rabbi Robbins. Nobody in the planet except for me is going to channel this to you. Here we go. Listen carefully. All the planets in alignment. 7.68 billion people in harmony. Here we go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy, 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 happy birthday. Happy, 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 happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Enjoy. Now, as Dr. Clint pointed out, the best book written on the subject of joy in the 21st century. Imagine the following. Standing up in the morning, hale and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, and that night be in the hospital totally, completely paralyzed. And it was not for an automobile accident, not from a spinal injury. A rare disease took over my body. I'd never heard of it the day before, and I was rendered a quadriplegic. Nothing on my body moved. 144 days in the hospital. I was 2 years in a hospital bed in my own home. I couldn't turn over by myself. 4 years in a wheelchair. You see my hands? They're not like yours, but I have hands, thank God. 4 years in a wheelchair. I had braces on both my legs, from my hips to my ankles, and that was progress. Thank God today I'm able to be vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking wand made for me by a Zen master. But I still can't walk up a stair by myself, can't walk up a curb by myself, can't sit up from this chair by myself. I have to push and such, but you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant. And it's all because of one word. And that word is, can you read that, everybody? What's that word say?
Smile.
Smile. Now, SMILE is a great acronym because it stands for Seeing Miracles in Life Every Day. When you learn to see miracles in life every day, you can learn to live in joy no matter the circumstances. And that's what this book is all about. 11 strategies for learning how to live in joy daily, no matter the circumstances. And what I'm doing, because of my love for Dr. Clint and the foundation, is anybody who buys the book for 99 cents, it's an ebook. Anybody around the world can buy the book for 99 cents. We're contributing $1 to the foundation. So you get the book for 99 cents. You get all of the information that will help transform you to become the best you possible. And $1 goes to the foundation. So do it. Tell your friends. Let's raise thousands of dollars for the Ancient Secrets Foundations. You get the book. You learn how to live in joy daily, no matter the circumstances. And I am living proof from quadriplegic to now. And this very day, matter of fact, in a few minutes, I'm going to the pool because I learned how to move my body again in the water, because water is that most beautiful, loving component of life. And how I swim, I can barely walk, but I now swim 2 miles a day, 6 days a week. And I've been doing that for 12 years. And I've accumulated over 8,151 miles as of today. So I'm about to leave you in a few minutes to go in the water and go swimming. But remember this fabulous insight into life. And it's all in the book, The Joy of Living, Seeing Miracles in Life Every Day. Laughter, love, hug, harmonizing, unlimited giving. Get the book for 99 cents starting today until the 18th of May, and $1 goes to the Ancient Secrets Foundation because we love Dr. Clint Rogers, and love stands for living on vibrating energy, living on the vibrational plane. When you live in the vibrational plane, you become like our wonderful yogi. Laughter becomes part of your very being. Joy emanates from you. You become the conduit of good, a cog, a child of God. So my blessing to everybody is go forth, live exuberantly, spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad, go make a difference.
That's fantastic. Let's give Barry and Yogi Fendi lots of love. Just rub your hands together.
Whoa, thank you, thank you. Woo!
Love seeing you, Dr. Barry, wonderful to see you again.
Nice to be seen, fabulous Gary. Nice to be seen. Enjoy. Thank you. Best wishes, everybody.
Anyone that knew Dr. Naram in person, I think you can attest to the fact that this was a joyful person. You know, he's a person that savored each moment, you know, and really.
Clint, you have to find the video that we did together and share that again.
Yeah, me and Barry made a video together. We'll make sure we share it. I put the link. And what a cool gift. You know, this is totally a win-win-win. The orphan kids in Nepal win. You win by having more joy in your life. The Dr. Naram just is smiling just that everyone's happier and healthier. You know, so thank you, Barry, so much for coming.
Thank you, beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, because you're always looking for and finding the good. Best wishes. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, and Barry, I want to say you're one good-looking man because you're always looking for the good.
Make it a great one. Show them some of the cards, Clint. Show them some of the cards.
Yeah, it's fun. I got a joy kit. And so the joy kit has all kinds of cards in it that I'll be handing out. Be a good friend, dream big, all the different acronyms that he's created that he has a special gift and talent for.
Thank you. Best wishes, everybody.
Oh, so beautiful.
Love.
Thank you very so much. So grateful for you. You know, Gary, I don't know if Joey's there with you or not. I don't know. Is he?
Yes.
Ah, it's so fun.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
So my
Joey.
beloved friend Joey is giving me a transmission of his superpowers, which is about the full embodiment of the heart and soul and spirit and purpose of your life into every cell of your body. And he knew that that would be my missing piece as I'm in this purification that I've started with my body and food and everything. So he is a master. We've been spending 5 or 6 hours every day in a yurt, moving, dancing, massaging, eating mung bean soup, and having a blast. So
Yeah.
you want to say something, Joey?
It's a masterful meetup we're having here with each other in different ways. A master of the heart, master of music, master of massage and movement, and transferring both between each other, I think, here. A miraculous meetup.
It's been remarkable. I'm just, it's like amazing, incredible.
Well, and it's so funny because you never know when meeting a single person you meet or a single idea will make a big difference. But Joey and I met Gary in a hotel room in Las Vegas, I think it was.
Yes, we met 12 years ago. I met the two of you, and we stayed up till 2 a.m, realizing this was not a casual meeting.
And then through that, we came up with the idea 10 days to touch 10 million. And through that is when I met Dr. Naram.
Exactly.
And then through Dr. Naram, so many things unfolded. You know, a lot of you know about from the book and the TEDx talk, but then it's so fun full circle that because of meeting Gary and his gift, I met Dr. Naram, and then having Gary come for Panchakarma. Rabbi Robbins talked about being in Panchakarma. On Tuesday, Gary's going to share more about his experience, but you know, how powerful we have love that weaves us in such a way that we can not only extend our lives, whatever it's supposed to be, you know, I guess all of it is a gift, but then really savor each moment. When I see Eva and Steve and the love they have for each other, when I see Gary, you and Joey, the love you have for each other, the love I have for you, and everyone in this call just makes me just like in awe of the magic and mystery of when you're guided by love, you know, where it can lead and how it just, Dr. Naram said, there's no wasted effort. There is no wasted effort. There's no wasted love. Every impulse of love, it has some benefit to it. And so
you know, Clint, it's so consequential. I mean, the effect that Joey's having on my life is the blind spot I've had always has been to really honor and treat my body as sacred, and to really, really live in the experience of the body as God meeting God. And this man is giving me that at 68 years. I'm going to be 68 in a few weeks. And that process of never too late to get younger every day, you know, that's what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, so true. And then Joey also he's a laughter yogi as well. He's the first person that told me about it. In fact, most of the weird stuff that I know was introduced to me by Joey.
I second that. The things that come out of Joey's mouth are unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm blessed by good friends like you two. I'm blessed by good friends like you two. I love you both dearly. Thank you.
And can you share, Joey, that funny story about being at the airport with Dr. Naram? Because it just ties in. It's so fun.
Yeah, for sure. So talking about the one where the security guard asked?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So there's a few from the airport, but yeah. Security guard said, Are y'all together? He goes, "Sir, the whole world is together." There was always these little things that would just kind of trip people would be like, do, where'd we go suddenly? You know, we in the Twilight Zone, some amazing little mystical little thing he would say, and everybody would pause. It was cool. Very fun, very playful.
Yeah, it was so fun. I introduced Joey to Dr. Naram, and then Joey was traveling with him for several months and several years on his tours and helping out in different ways. And it's just so fun to, you know, it's like we have gifts given to us, and you never know when you share something whose life it's going to change. And even Jenny, man, that she had the impulse to say, why don't we get this translated? And as a result, you know, hundreds of people working on the translation in over 30 languages. How many people's lives will change when it's just in one language? Now that it's just in Italian. Also, the audiobook is being recorded in Italian. The person who's recording is going to be on Tuesday's call. Another one of the people who has been working on the translation is Dorothea, and she's been working on it in Hungarian. It's so cool in Hungarian. And I don't know, you can just share, what is the experience like when you're looking at words and translating them to your own language. And they're such powerful things that it probably changed lives of people you've never even met or never even will meet. What's been your experience like, Dorothea?
Yeah, that's, can you hear me well?
Yeah,
First of all, can you hear me well?
yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for inviting to this call. I feel me so honored, and just listening to everybody, that free flow of energy, that's what I feel. And I just want to explode from love right now. And thank you for all of the wisdom. And I just feel, and being on this call, I experience that soul does not have any age. I feel this young energy here, and this uniting the uniqueness. This is what I feel, and it's just so beautiful. But yeah, about the language and the music, when on this call too, we experience that the gap and the language is the bridge is that we understand the information and the music, how the music translates that. So when I am translating to Hungarian, then I just feel that Hungarian language is one of the oldest languages. So we have a lot of synonyms, and we have deeper meanings of each every word. And the proofreader I worked with, he knows a lot more about the Hungarian language. For example, when we say sibling, it's translated to Hungarian blood body. That's how we call it. Or when we say six, then we say it works, it has results. So when we press the marma point 6 times, it is because it works. And it's just so beautiful to go and just understand the deeper meanings of each every words, the vibration of each every words. And I play with the words, and I I am like an orchestra for myself, like and an actress. I act the piece, and I feel exactly what is written on the book. And I also want to go into the perception of you, Dr. Kim, that how you saw that scene, what is in the book. So that's just so amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for this experience, and for Jenny, to you, to represent this, and I'm so happy to be part of this.
Oh, so powerful. One of the unexpected joys is that thing, what words mean in different languages. And as they were translated into Hungarian, I learned stuff that just surprised me. In fact, the person who was doing the proofreading, Balazs, he's going to be on Tuesday's call and share some of those specific word insights, like even what it means when you're doing certain stuff in the body, how it translates. It's so profound. And so thank you, Dorothea. So beautiful and so great that you're here. Thank you for doing this great work.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Just talking about, you never know how, when you give a gift, or when we call it contagious healing. This whole thing is contagious healing. You never know when you heal yourself, who it will benefit. And on the call right now, we have a really cool story from a nurse. And Christine, welcome, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. So yeah, so you never knew who you're gonna meet and what they're gonna bring to your life. So my friend Ken Saunier, back in January, said, hey, you need to read this book that my friend wrote. I'm like, okay, whatever. And he's like, and you need to do the mung bean soup. And so I got a call from my provider's office letting me know my blood pressure was 190 over 110. And they wanted to start me on meds. And I said, no. So
Now you're a nurse. Why would you say no? How come you said no? How come you did? Because you're a nurse.
I knew that med was going to lead to the next med, to the next med, to the next med. And I knew that there was more I could do. And at the time I was exercising, 6 to 12 times a week, eating mostly vegan, mostly organic food. So it wasn't like I was somebody eating, French fries and burgers from a fast food joint. And I made a change. I just made a little tiny tweak, and I did the mung bean soup. I did it for 2 weeks. And my blood pressure historically has always been about 105 to 60 or 70. And my heart rate usually runs 42 while I'm sleeping, 54 while I'm sitting still, and in the 60s when I'm active. So I know what my vital signs are. And they even confirmed my when I had an EKG done, my pulse was 48. So so I know that my, what I have for statistics are accurate. So to go up all of a sudden, and this is only a month since I'd been to the doctors, and I checked my blood pressure at home for a couple of days and confirmed that, yeah, that wasn't just a one-time off reading. And I don't have white coat syndrome. I've been a nurse for almost 30 years. So yeah, I confirmed at home that my blood pressure was high. Mung bean soup for 2 weeks, boom, I was back down to like 110 over 70. And, I'm 53 years old and I'm on no chronic medications except for an asthma inhaler, which I haven't used for 5 years. So, and it was just a small tweak. And then Ken invited me or told me I should go to a legendary retreat up in Park City, Utah. So I drove up there. I live in Las Vegas currently. And there I got the honor of meeting Dr. Clint and his brother Gerald. And I got to meet Joey, which is amazing. And then also my new really good friend and older soul sister, Ann Wilkinson, who's on the call. So I got to meet some really great people just from knowing that one person who said, hey, you need to try this. And a side benefit is I lost 5 pounds that I've been struggling to lose. So
it's so cool.
Changed nothing else about my life,
It's so significant. It's so powerful, first of all, because you had all the measurements, all the readings before. Someone just out of love gave you a book, and at first you're like, nah, I don't need that. In fact, I love Nick. I don't know if Nick is on the call right now, but when he first picked up the book at his mom's house, he's like, that looks like a bunch of quackery, but you never know how certain words will go or when's the right moment. And at that moment, man, what a divine gift and what an impact it's made on your life. And so who knows, in this community, as you're doing things from the position of love, from the position of fullness, from the position of possibility, you think about how your life has changed over the last year and then what's possible in the year to come. Is a really powerful place to be. So welcome, Christine. This is your first time being on this call with us, right?
It is. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you for sharing. I want to go. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I got to go, but I just wanted to invite people to join me for Soul Song Sundays today, 12 noon Pacific. And thanks for letting me share the new work. And I love you all. I love you and I'm with you.
Yeah, beautiful. Soul Song Sunday at noon. And then on Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, you'll hear the full track with Dr. Naram, which is so awesome. Today, we're going to break into breakout rooms in a moment. But before that, I just want to go to another project. And Christine, I want you to hear this too. I don't know if Jen is on and can share, but talk about a community full of love and healing. And when you come together, what's possible? And I just want to say, Jen, can you give us an update on the special project about love and creating this book about Denny and the wisdom of this wonderful person? I don't know if you can just give us an update.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me on the call and being able to share. Yes, I have dug out a few notes, and I can say that we have so far. So for everyone who doesn't know, we're currently helping to create a book for Denny about her life story and also about her insights and wisdoms and everything. And also a lot of people have done personal sessions with Denny and agreed to have part of these sessions in the book. So I
want to add on to this because some people maybe don't know Denny. A lot of us do, but some people on this call maybe don't have the gift of knowing. And, when she was a little girl in an orphanage, a lot of people on this call, like Barry, being paralyzed, but it's not stopping him from joy, or Rabbi Robbins having so many near-death experiences, literally dying so many times and then coming back. We have so many evidences on this call alone and in this space about what is actually possible as a part of the human soul, what's possible. And Denny, she's an example of what's possible in terms of love. Being in an orphan home and being abused in the worst ways possible, that's unimaginable for most people. And then to come through it with a message of love, been through physical, mental, emotional, spiritual trauma in really extreme ways. And then through it to be able to help unweave and unwrap and untangle the trauma in so many people. I've talked to people who have had sessions with her, and they're just so happy and relieved that in those magic moments, she was able to go into the depth of the pain, to be real with it, but to untangle it, to see the truth. And the truth beyond it is actually love. And she speaks in such a powerful way. And so I'm so excited because Dr. Naram, he always says, what do you want? What do you want? And when I asked Denny the first time I met her, what do you want? I could tell that this wanted to come through her. Love wanted to speak through her. And so Jen volunteered. Jill has been an amazing part of it, interviewing her in so many ways. And in the last 3 months, in addition to the 100-day course, which is already awesome, one of the side benefits is we're getting constructed this transmission of love in the form of a book capturing some of this wisdom and love. And so Jen, can you give us an update on what's been happening and where we're at?
Yeah, so all the lovely volunteers around the world have helped to do all the transcriptions. So we have so far transcribed the 2 All Is Love calls, which have been done at the beginning of January and February. We have so far got transcribed 13 personal sessions that were done with Danny. And we have also done 22 out of 34 personal interviews that Jill and Danny have been doing. 22 of them have been transcribed. And we have also a lovely lady who is working in Italy, and she has been starting to construct the book and has been obviously taken all the different transcriptions and kind of structured them and coded them so they can then be put into a software, and then it will be kind of a structure or a draft. And Danny and Jill have also already recorded some insights and inspirations, which can then also be put into the book.
Wow.
And also, I have to say that a lot of people, even though the 100 course has stopped, have said they'd like to continue helping with the transcriptions, because I was a bit worried, thinking, oh my God, the course is going to finish. What are we going to do? So I sent out an email to say thank you to everyone and said, if you'd like to help, there's still loads of things to do. And a lot of people came back saying, yes, we like to continue helping with the transcriptions. Send us whatever you have. We'll help forever. And yeah, it's really lovely. So thank you to all the lovely people helping with the transcriptions, because it's a really long-winded and laborious job, which takes a lot of time. But yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. Thank you, Jen, because we wanted to capture the lived wisdom, not just the theory, but in practical application. And I think you've done that in such a beautiful way. Talking about how our life can change in a year, just in the last 3 months, Jill and Denny, can you share about how you've grown and even just to see this come to fruition? And everyone listening, what's possible in the next 3 months for you when you get clear on what do you want? So please, Denny and Jill, share anything from your heart.
This is so magical to have this happening, the book being created. We've talked about it for years. And I've really tried to interview Dan. We've sat down and chatted about it, and it just hasn't happened. So to have this is really, really magical. And Denny is just so full of wisdom. You are. Don't pull a face at me. She is, and I always say, I don't know how she can be so loving and so full of wisdom when a lot of the time she's in a lot of pain. She rises above it and just she loves people and gives everything. So for me to witness all this is beyond magical. So I thank you.
I thank and honor too. Actually, my lovely friend does so much for me. People have to understand. Without Jill, there wouldn't be a Den. I would like to add 2 things I really learned that have been great gifts I came in with without really understanding. And the first one is I came into life with my glass always half empty, full, half full. And if anything, actually 2/3 full. And I've met a tremendous amount of people in my life whose glasses are always half empty. And I think back to my life and think, oh my gosh, life would have been very, very difficult if mine had been a half empty glass. But my glass has always been half full. And I have the most wicked sense of humor. So I find life very funny. So when usually people will maybe be in a lot of despair, the funny side comes out and I start laughing at the absolute stupidity of my thinking or what I'm doing or how I'm going. And they're two gifts I think I'm so lucky to have got, which have enabled me to come to this knowledge and this wisdom and this wonderful love. It is the everything of life. If we can just all get there at the same time, it would be a miracle. Yeah. It would be the answer to everything in life. But I don't think we're allowed to do it that way. But I think it's those two gifts that I came in with that have allowed the wisdom to grow by letting me see the funny side, letting me just see what's good about life and not what's bad about life. And I think I came in with those gifts. I don't think I learned them. I think they were here. And I was very, very lucky. And love is just exactly what the front of your book is. Love has taught me everything. People,
even
to it.
Yeah, I just want to say, you know, the opening quote is that, you know, I didn't come to teach you, I came to love you. Love will teach you. And then on page 62 of the book, you know, something that goes along with today's call, laughter is one of the most powerful medicines for any person or family. If you can laugh at something, you can live through it. And I've seen that so much. And even on our graduation call, when Jill was talking about going and getting the donuts, you know, you're making us laugh so much. Or when you're trying to transcribe certain things from me and Dr. Ram, and then it gets to like a mantra and you guys look at each other, just break out laughing. It makes me so happy. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for stepping into what you want and just letting it shine. And you're such a good example. You know, we talked to Eva and so many other people, Judy, we talked about how age isn't an obstacle, you know, and it's just a number. Dr. Ram, he would say you can be 100 years young. Another person could be 20 years, but they're old. And what's the difference? How can someone be 20 old and another person at 100 can be young? He says it all has to do with flexibility. You're 20 years old if you're physically rigid, mentally stubborn, and emotionally dry. Or you can be 100 years young if you're physically flexible, mentally alert, you want to learn, and emotionally full of love. And so in this case, you are definitely, Denny, 80 years young.
She is. And Clint.
And thank you, because without you and this course and what's coming, I would never have understood so much about my life, me, what I'm able to share and love with everybody.
Can I just add, Can I just add very quickly that, you know, I know we're sitting chatting and we're talking about love, but I also have to say that we're human the same as anyone else. And because Danny has talked so much about her past, and because so much love has been poured around us, through us and everything else, it brings up stuff within us. You know, Den's been working through some real heavy duty old stuff because it enabled it to come up. So, you know, Den's still smiling and chatting, but she's been through quite the mill, as have I, you know. So we're working on our stuff all the time, but in the middle of it all and surrounded and through it is love. So
yeah, you know, I think that's an important point. It's not, we don't want to bypass something. If the struggle is there, you need to be present with it. And even in the book, you know, as we're listening to the audiobook on chapter 9, Dr. Ram's talking about his own mother when she was in a bed. She couldn't even leave to do the bathroom, you know, so they have to clean her bed. He says the reality was she can't walk. You can't ignore that reality. He says, but what you focus on makes a big difference. Are you focused on what you don't want or focused on what you do want? He says, in this little section, it says, Dr. Ram explained that you have to create the future and let go of the past. This is one of the important principles, creating, seeing the future, leaving the past behind, and at the same time, not losing sight of the present. The reality of Dr. Ram's mother in that moment was that she couldn't walk. She had arthritis and osteoporosis. Even specialists said she could never walk again. Dr. Ram said, but the most important thing is, what did she want? You know, so as we're going into the final part of this call, I just want everyone to think about, what did love teach you on today's call? Go ahead and put in the chat, what did love teach you? And I want to go to a couple people, starting with Eva and Rabbi Robbins, and Rabbi Robbins, Eva and Steve Robbins. What did love teach you on this call? Anything that you felt like love taught you on this call? I think you have to unmute yourself so we can hear you. Then we'll go to Judy. Then we'll.
Love. Oh, are we unmuted? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Yeah.
Look, this call has taught me that the transcendence of being is that life in the physical world has its limitations with everything except love. And that love is the motive force for which the Holy One poured him herself out into physicality. And each of us is a spark of that love brought into this world. And our task is to take that which is incomplete and unfinished and bind it together, not out of need, not out of necessity, not out of ego, not out of possession, but out of love, because love is the force that binds us all in unity. So the word for love in Hebrew is the number 13, and the word for one or oneness is the number 13. You put them together and you come to the number 26, which is Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey, the 4 letters of God's name, which is 26. And it is that love and the unification of all of us into one. We create God's presence in this world that binds us. And this call and all of the love that I and Eva received from the thousands of you who have helped me through what I have gone through and yet returned in gratitude and joy to share with this. This is the love I have received and learned again and again. And my thank you for that.
It's amazing because as you're talking about it, even, you know, that special musical experience with Dr. Naram that we're releasing on Tuesday, there was originally 12 tracks we put in and it just didn't feel right. And so we now have 13 tracks in it. And the name of the whole compilation is I Love You and I'm With You. And so as you're talking about the number 13, I just got this chills about, wow, that's so cool. You know,
you know, the word love in Hebrew is ahava. It's an incredibly soft spoken word, and it has a lot of openness, right? Vowel sounds, ahava. And one of the things that comes through in these calls is the kind of openness and softness that people share, and the acceptance of each other. And I think that that's the kind of loving kindness that we all need, just to be, you know, I think it was Barry who said to be seen, how wonderful it is to be seen. This makes a community that shares, is seen, is accepted, and that is truly the essence of ahava, that very soft boundary between people. And you make that possible, and everybody here makes that possible. So thank you for accepting us and being open and sharing the kindness and the acceptance that really occurs here when this community gathers. No.
I just want to say thank you. That's so powerful and so beautiful. I just want to keep re-listening to what you said. So I'm so glad it's recorded, because I feel like those words can keep going deeper and deeper. I'm reading some of the things people are writing in the chat about what love taught them. Rochelle says, when doing anything, when love is added, it becomes divine. So beautiful. Shah said that true teachings can be seen in front of you in the future and present, and don't let the past block your sight, how far you can see. With good intentions, you can see the brightness shining in front of you. That's beautiful. I see Janet Schwartz says, love taught me that love is divine and that we are all that. We are that spark, that Shakti. The Lord our God and the Lord is one. Oh, that's beautiful. And Jill says, Jill gave contact information. If someone needs to get in contact with them, there's that contact information. Jen, what did love teach you on today's call? I don't know if you can unmute yourself, Jen, but.
It taught me to, in general, like to be more open-minded, to be more open to receive love, because love comes in many different ways. And most importantly, also to not have any expectations, because I can always be in my mind and just think of how things are going to be, how it should be. But yeah, sometimes or not, in general, I should just let go and just let it flow, and it will all unfold the way it should be.
So beautiful. So beautiful. Judy, what did love teach you today? I'm so curious. My beautiful 80-year young co-host today. I don't know if you can unmute yourself, Judy LaMar.
Unmuted. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you that it's safe and it's okay to allow oneself to be seen. I was freaked out when Dr. Clint, or CGR, said he wanted me to be on screen today. But anyway, thank you so much. It was an old habit to not want to be seen.
Yeah, and can you share it before we start any call? We always, with the people that are kind of behind the scenes, we have a moment of silence and then we speak our intention. And can you speak your intention, Judy? It was so beautiful.
Well, I think I remembered that I would like to be calm and sincere. But I had this after when I freaked out when Dr. Clint asked me to be present today. But then I had the intuition, no, it's not about me. Don't worry. It's not about me. It's about the ancient secrets. So that helped me to not be freaked out. I don't know how else to say it. But the other thing I'd like to add is, of course, the love has been part of the year's healing. There's no question about it. And at times in the beginning, I might talk to Dr. Naram in the middle of the night and get a nice consult going, but I thought about Clint and I remember thinking, okay, I receive your love, because he keeps saying, I love you and I'm with you. And I said, okay, all right, well, I'll receive your love. I'll take it. You're given, I'm taken. Anyway, all of that's been, I'm sure it helps keep you on the mung bean path, right? All the support has been terrific. That's really been a big part of it, is because the mung bean soup has saved my life. I should say it's saving my life, because I keep getting the message from Dr. Naram. It comes to me. We know it's not a quick fix and that deeper healing takes time. But I get the message from Dr. Naram. First he said 10 days. Then he said 4 months, mung bean soup, 4 months. But now I'm getting the message, maybe about 2 years, for deeper healing. The symptoms are so 80% comfortable during the day. Marvelous. Yeah, a blessing, a miracle. But the deeper healing, takes a long time, takes a longer time.
So beautiful.
That Go ahead.
In this moment, I want to have everyone send you so much love, and we want to see how much you can receive. And this is a great thing for all of us to learn how to receive. But right before we do that, I actually want to go to Andrea. Andrea for Humanity. Well, what did love teach you on today's call?
Oh my God, it's taught me that change is possible. Positive change is possible. And I've learned that myself going through the 100-day training, that I can actually change. And that is the most surprising thing. And living. So thank you so much for asking.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
For those that don't know, Andrea is just a good example of letting love guide her. She realized there was no index in the book, and so she went through every word and created an amazing index that I'm excited. Now I'll have some time to go through, but it helps people just find things so much. And she felt Dr. Naram guide her, saying, "You forgot this word. You forgot this word." And she'd look and she'd find that word. And she said, "You never know when a single word can open up someone's heart and space for that deeper healing to happen." And so thank you, Andrea, so much for that. You know, there's this beautiful thing, Judy, about these calls is the love, and the hard thing to do is leave them. But we have a whole world to go to share this love with, you know. And so anything that you want people to remember as they're leaving this call, Judy, anything that you want them to have in their heart, or something that they could do today to continue this feeling with them through the day?
I really enjoyed today's introduction of laughter, because I think laughter is as healing as love. So be a little lighthearted. Be a little lighthearted. Don't take things so seriously. Try to laugh more. Have more fun, I would say.
Oh, so beautiful. Any final words, Rabbi Stephen and Eva Robbins, anything you want to share as we're closing this call?
That the celebration of the certainty, not the hope, not the belief, but the certainty that we will grow beyond all of the limitations we think are set as barriers. Again, I'll go back to that simple formula that the word for miracle in Hebrew is pronounced nes, and that same word means challenge or test. And it is we who are tested, and as we move through the test and meet it with that core of our uniqueness in our soul, it is we, each of us, who are the miracle. And we are constantly being miraculous. And it is the Holy One who responds to our miracle by embracing us and letting us know that we have arrived at that stage of miraculous being. And in this call, all of us who have been present, our gratitude to you, Clint, and to Dr. Naram, who taught us all to be miracles together.
So beautiful. Eva, any final thing you want to share?
You know, the work that I do, I've called Expanded Spirit. And the thing that I've come to learn living with Steve and going through all of his near-death experiences and medical and physical challenges is that even when the body goes through its limitations, when it becomes tougher and harder for the body to do what it needs to do, you can count on the soul. You can count on your soul to get bigger and expand. It's the one thing we do throughout our lives. We can count on the soul expanding, becoming better, and despite what we have to cope with physically. And I think that's just an important thing to hold on to, that when we leave this world, we may not physically be the same, but we will be better in our souls.
That is so profound, so powerful. I can't wait to do a longer session with both of you, and I can't wait for people to get to know your work even more. You know, on the call, when Rabbi Robbins was on a call a few months ago, afterwards we had a phone call, and he said, you know, these calls are really beautiful. He says, but as a friend, can I share something with you? I was like, yeah, please share anything. And he says, sometimes it's too much about you. And I was like, oh, that's the true friend to speak that way. And I was so grateful for that, because it just helped readjust certain things. And I realized, oh, I don't have to prove anything and there's no one to impress. It's just about loving. It helped me go to even a deeper level of that. And I'm so excited because in the next 3 months, I'll actually be taking time away. And it's not a true expression of the power of the ancient secrets if it relies on any one personality. Dr. Naram's birthday is coming up, and it's so fun to celebrate it on Tuesday. I hope you all come. And one of the powerful things that's about the ancient secrets is it could outlive his physical body. I believe he's still here with us, but it's so cool that the secrets can work still in such a way that it can spread so contagiously. And so all of us have the joy to be a part of it. And even Dr. Naram, he would say so many times, he says, if the teacher ever starts to outshine the teaching, it all falls down. Like this. It's a very powerful phrase that he would just say over and over again. And so it's so fun in this space to see so many leaders among you on this call right now, people who are so clearly guided by love, so clearly able to just step into it in such a powerful way. And one of those people is Jayna. And Jayna is the one who's been leading a lot of leadership. She'll be leading a lot of these Sunday calls. And Jayna, I just want to hear you speak. What did love teach you on today's call?
Thank you, guys. Thank you for, I'm seeing people clap. I've got to see the gallery view. Love taught me today so much. I mean, I got so much out of this call. Love is transformational. Love is kind. Love is connection. Love is laughter. Love is healing. And love is miraculous. You know, that's all there is. Denny always says that's all there is love. And I just love Denny. She's got such great words of wisdom. I really loved what Eva just said, Rabbi Eva just said about when the body, fails you or it's not working the way you want, that you can always count on your soul. And I really think that that's what these teachings teach. I mean, because many of us have come to this incredible group because we are looking for physical healing. And what we are getting is, emotional healing and mental healing and, spiritual healing. And I really love that it does come down to the soul. It's like the soul is the captain of us. It's just so beautiful. I wanted to say one more thing before I close. I didn't get to meet Dr. Naram. Many of you guys didn't get to meet Dr. Naram. Many of us have felt Dr. Naram. We've had many experiences with his energy or with him visiting or whatever. But when Gary shared today those words from Dr. Naram, he truly came alive for me. What an incredible man. I just really would love to hear more from him. And so I think that's going to be my desire as I go forward, is to really turn more to listening to him on the videos. There's many videos of him. And I started at the very beginning, I listened to a lot of his videos and I kind of slowed down a little bit, but I think I'm going to turn to that a little bit more. I am just so touched by that miraculous meditation, music. It's just beautiful. Anyway, Clint, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm just so excited to spend more time with all of you.
Yeah, thank you. And I know many of you have filled out the form to be on the leadership team, and we're actually going to have a call next Monday for anyone who wants to be a part of that. And I'm excited to dive more and more into the words of Dr. Naram over the next 3 months of completing book 2, which I'm even more excited about than book 1. Actually, I feel like it takes things on a deeper level. Rabbi Stephen and Eva, I see maybe you have something you want to share as well.
I didn't know there was a book 2. Yeah. So give me more information so we can be part of it.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, anyone who wants to, as I'm completing chapters and you want to review it and give your feedback, I'd love that. So you can just contact me and let me know. Any final thing you want to share, Rabbi Stephen, Eva, Robbins, as we're closing this call?
You know, as Jews, we do a certain kind of work between Passover and Shavuot. It's called counting the Omer. And we literally go day by day deeply into the body and our character and who we are as people. And it happens that today is called Hod, the Malchut of Hod, the reality of how we live out our humility and gratitude. And it's such a perfect concept for what you were talking about. It's not about me. It's really about the divine working through me and all of us together. So I just wanted to share that it is really a lot about humility and gratitude.
It is the source of empathy. Hod is empathy. And you cannot enact anything in the world that lasts if it does not have at its core the empathy to be in tune with all of the others around you.
Mm-hmm.
You can even do good things. But if you are doing it for your own sake, instead of for the sake of the service of others, it accomplishes nothing. It actually tarnishes all around it. And what we've heard today from all of you, and that has brought such incredible sense of joy and gratitude to me and to Eva, is the empathic way in which all of us have shared with each other, poured ourselves out, and been received back in the ahava, in the love of feeling, experiencing each other's being.
It's so important. It's not just about what we do. Sometimes it's what we don't do. It's when we make room for others by really holding back. So that's also
Nice. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm unmuted.
Judy, you can talk anytime you want.
I forgot I was unmuted. I'm going, nice.
Good. Well,
I often talk back, to the, fortunately I'm muted, but I talk back to the who's ever speaking.
That's awesome. Maybe we should all implement that. If you're interested in being part of a leadership team that doesn't come from look at who I am or trying to impress, but coming from service, coming from love, then we're going to have that meeting on May 10th. And just join. There's a link there's a leadership application link, and I'll put it in the chat right now. Thank you both for sharing. Any final words, Judy? And then we have a special thing. Judy, actually, I'm going to spotlight you, Judy. And this is not only for you, but for all of us. You're a microcosm of the macrocosm. And that beautiful thing you said about being able to receive love, I just want you to feel all of the love from all of the people in this call. We're going to unmute ourselves and say, I love you and I'm with you. I'm going to put it on gallery. And as we're speaking it to her, you receive it. And everyone, you can feel as if everyone is speaking to you, and see how much love you receive in this moment. All right. So
Thank you.
Let's see if I can make it so you can unmute yourself. Okay, now I made it. Everyone can unmute yourself and just say, I love you.
I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.
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 Judy, I love you.
God.
I love you.
Judy,
Love you.
and I'm with
And I love you.
Judy, I love you and I'm with you.
I love you.
Inspiration.
Love you. And I love you.
Love you and I'm with you.
With you.
Judy, I love you. Mr. Francis, I love you.
Love you and we're with you.
Clint, I love you.
I'm with you.
I love
Barbara, I love you.
I'll cover you.
Laura, I love you.
Love you, Judy.
I love you.
You are awesome, Judy.
With you.
Dean, I love you.
Thank you.
JC, I love you. Yeah, I love you.
with you.
Renara, I love you.
Judy,
I love
everybody.
you.
Love you, and I'm with
Ooh,
you.
Love you all.
Nice.
I love you.
Hi,
Nice.
I love you, Aparna. I love you, Bien.
I love you.
I love you, Jen. I love you, Denny. I love you, Jill. Love you, Dr. Rabbi Eva.
See you, Dr. Stephen.
I
love you.
love you, Susan.
Oh.
Love you all.
Toodles.
That is so amazing. I love you. I love you, and I'm with you. Namaskar. Love you and with you. See you on Tuesday, birthday celebration. If you can join, it'll be broadcast live on Facebook Live. I love you and I'm with you. Namaskar.
I love you.